Hi, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I am Josh, battling the diseases of addiction and mental health. Today we'll be reading out of Just for Today, August 2nd. Even though it isn't August 2nd, I'm playing catch up because I'm moving. You'll probably hear me say that a lot at the beginning of these videos. I'll try not to take up too much time, but moving is a pain. So, just for today, August 2nd. Practicing honesty. When we feel trapped or pressured, it takes great spiritual and emotional strength to be honest. Basic text, page 85. Many of us try to wiggle out of a difficult spot by being dishonest or only having to humble ourselves later and tell the truth. Some of us twist our stories as a matter of course, even when we could just as easily tell the plain truth. Every time we try to avoid being honest, it backfires on us. Honesty may be uncontrollable, but the trouble we have to endure when we are dishonest is usually far worse than the discomfort of telling the truth. Honesty is one of the fundamental principles of recovery. We apply this principle right from the beginning of our recovery when we finally admit our powerlessness and unmanageability. We continue to apply the principle of honesty each time we are faced with the option of either living in fantasy or living life on its own terms. Learning to be honest isn't always easy, especially after covering up and the deception so many of us practice in our addiction. Our voices may shake as we test our newfound honesty, but before long the sound of the truth coming from our mouths settles any doubts. Honesty feels good. It's easier living the truth than living a lie. Just for today, I will honestly embrace with all its pressures and demands. I will practice honesty even when it's awkward to do so. Honesty will help, not hurt, my efforts to look clean and recover. That one's an interesting one for me because I'm pretty candid and straightforward, and I came out as being an addict when I was 20. And I used that kind of as a double-edged sword, right? It wasn't necessarily the healthiest thing because I would be like, oh, well, I told you I was an addict. What'd you expect? And because I was always like honest with people, the fish never got bigger and bigger. Now, I might have said some things that were really cruel, vile, and mean to people while I was in active addiction, but I never had an issue of like trying to have to juggle the truth. It was much easier for me to be honest and just be like, yeah, I'm really messed up, or I'm gonna go get messed up, or yeah, I'm gonna put myself in detox or put myself in rehab. What did you expect? I told you I was an addict, type of mentality. Which I guess is a good and a bad thing, but mostly it was a bad thing because I was having this cognitive dissonance where I was justifying and rationalizing my behavior because I was so honest with people. I didn't have to deceive people. I just told people, yeah, like I'm an addict. This is what addicts do. Like I'm going to be doing these things, so I don't know why any of you are surprised. I don't know why you're trying to help me because you know that I'm just gonna go do this stuff, and I know exactly when I need to go to detox and when I need to go to the hospital and when I need to go to rehab in order to still function in the real world. The universe ended up, stopping me dead in my tracks regardless of how honest I was, and it made me take pause. And this was back in like 2016, 2017, when my ex-girlfriend called my family and basically told them Josh is going to keep using and will eventually kill himself. He's been to the hospital, detox, and rehab way too many times, and he's living his life around those experiences. He's not actually living. So even though I was honest with people and I wasn't trying to be deceptive or deceitful or steal or do anything of that nature, I was using my honesty almost as a way of being dishonest, which is weird, because I would just be like, what else did you expect that I was going to do? Of course I was going to use. And that's not a healthy way to approach life either. So now what I do is spot check amends. When I feel like I may have ruffled somebody's feathers or said something that was inappropriate, then I'll go back to them almost immediately, pull them to the side, and make an amends and apologize. that's just what I've been doing for a while now. I still have my moments where I can be kind of cutthroat, and my honesty can get me in trouble. But I usually check myself and just try and explain my personal situation, where I'm coming from, and then try and understand and internalize where the other person is coming from. And then hopefully my amends ameliorates and makes sure that our relationships and friendships are still intact, and that we can continue to move forward, and there's a path ahead of us that continues to be fruitful and beneficial to both of us, and helps maintain my sobriety and keep me in between the guardrails. With that, I'd like to say please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, but most importantly, comment in the comments sections. If you're a newcomer, ask for advice or unburden yourself with some stuff that's been going on. If you're someone with experience underneath your belt, share some of your experience, strength, and hope, and it could easily resonate with someone who's been using the comments or someone who's just been reading the comments. You never know who you'll be able to, that light bulb goes off or the glass shatters and they have one of those epiphany moments. So I'd really love the participation of everyone in the comment section. I think that would be fantastic. As always, I know I just want you to be safe, be strong, and stay sober. Again, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I am also Josh, fighting the diseases of addiction and mental health. Thank you.